Welcome to my channel, everyone, for a brand new trailer reaction. And here I have the Chipmunk170 with us. We are going to be reacting to a Stranger Things reaction, and this is for something that is still connected to the main series, but is going to be the first animated project for Stranger Things. It is called Stranger Things Tales from '85. Have you heard of this?
No, this is the first time of me hearing about Stranger Things 85.
Yeah, so Stranger Things '85, pretty much to short it, pretty much nickname the show, uh, is an interquel to the live action series. It is supposed to be a series that takes place in between seasons three and four of the main live action show, but it's going to be animated. It's going to be having the main characters coming back, but unfortunately, they're not going to be voiced by themselves. They're going to have a whole different set of people voicing the characters, which we'll see how that goes.
Professionals.
Uh,
I like professionals.
right. I looked them up. I don't know any of the names. They don't have a Wikipedia page to themselves.
Ah,
That's how you
damn.
know no one knows them. And they don't. If they don't got a Wikipedia page, you're not known. Uh, but yeah,
They in
this is
IMDb at least.
right. Uh, but this show is an interquel, like I said. Which, if you don't know what interquel is for, like when it comes to movie stuff, for like prequel, sequels, it is a project or something that takes place in between two things. One of the best examples, pretty much to put it, is most spin-off films you have out there are interquels. Especially if they are connected to like a main series. Like this last year, we had something called Ballerina from the John Wick universe. That is a film that takes place in between the third film and the fourth film. Well, a film that something just that takes place in between a main project, or just something around that aspect. But this is a show that is going to be, at least what they're trying to do is, for it being animated, it's supposed to target kids and get them into Stranger Things, which I don't know about how that's going to work, especially with this taking place in between seasons three and four. So I don't know if it's going to be a thing to like you have to watch seasons one through three to understand the show and like who these characters are. Like, especially if they're trying to target some kids, like you're gonna have to show kids the first three seasons, and I don't know if you're trying to show kids Stranger Things because it's just because it has kids in like the show. I don't know if it's still fully age appropriate. You know,
Is it really targeting kids or is this
that's what they said. I think for I heard that just that they want to try to get a younger audience into Stranger Things, be introduced to it that way, especially with how season five is now ending this next week.
interesting?
But yeah, the animation I'm curious about. This is also going to be an announcement teaser, so I don't know how much they're actually going to show, or if they're going to show like maybe a little interview of like the Duff. I don't know if it's also the Duffer Brothers of the live action, who are like in charge of the like cartoon, but very curious, especially since this is supposed to be connected to the live action show. Maybe give us a bit more insight to maybe Vecna somehow, since it is going to lead into, I guess, season four, but we'll see. So I am curious. So are you ready to check it out? Alrighty. Yeah, before we get into this though, if you are enjoying this reaction so far, hit that like button and tune turn on the notification bell for whenever I am posting a brand new video, and also check out the Chipmunk170's channel. They are doing a whole bunch of reaction content also like I do, so do check them out, and let's see what Tales of '85 is about for Stranger Things.
Yeah, yeah.
When we started talking about was there anything else we want to do with Stranger Things, this was one of our first ideas.
Interesting. I like the title card.
The idea was kind of to evoke a feeling of an 80s cartoon.
With animation, there's really no limits. Eric and his team can just go wild.
And they have.
And they have.
Interesting. I like how it's an interview actually. Little clips here there.
We've been able to
Kind of
capture this
reminds me
magic of pockets in a new way.
Jurassic.
So our story takes place between seasons
Like
2
Jurassic
and 3,
World.
but we soon learn that nothing is quite as they thought it was. So get your flashlight, get your backpack, because it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I like that title card. Still trying to keep a bit of that Stranger Things like look to it. So yeah, that was a little, I guess, the announcement. There was a bit of teases, in between the little interview clips, which I did like how they kind of did both, honestly, for that video.
I said look younger. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it looks like I was wrong.
Mm.
The show's not going to be taking place in between 3 and 4. It's going to be between 2 and 3. So I guess we're going to get more of a build up to what happens for season 3. So yeah, what are your initial thoughts about this project coming out?
Yeah, when I was looking at some of the animation it does, it kind of reminded me of the Jurassic World animation they
The
have
transportation chaos
on
theory.
Netflix. Definitely, it kind of reminds me of that, but I think it looks a lot well less. I don't know. I don't know how to say it when it comes to the animation. It does look different in some points of the animation, but it does capture them as far as just being young. It actually captures that feeling. Um, yeah, it definitely captures that magic when they were like younger and they're exploring, having fun, being kids. And I think there's a lot of things that we kind of missed, or I've heard that people missed when it comes to them, as far as just the cast and everything, them being younger, having fun on their bikes
Right,
and exploring. So I was like, I think it hones in on that a lot. That's what it seems like. It's just going to capture that magic that we missed from years and years ago because they grow up so fast.
right. I do agree there. I'm very curious how, with it taking place in between seasons 2 and 3, how it's going to really connect into the larger story of Stranger Things, especially with how Stranger Things is coming to an end, like within this next week and a half. So, like, how is it going to expand
Mm.
on next? Since this is coming out in 2026, also. So, how is it going to like expand the lore, especially with like what we already are we're coming to a conclusion. So how is it going to like affect what we know currently, or are going to, I
Mm.
guess, be told?
Oh, I don't think it's going to affect anything currently. Um, I think if anything, it would just like bring in new information to help us understand certain points better when it comes to the story. I don't think it's going to change our view, especially since it's going to end before this even comes out. So I was like, I don't think it's going to affect too much.
Right.
But just give us broader ideas of certain stuff that happened in the series.
Do you think it's going to be a good introduction for children, or do you think uh, it might be a hindrance because it takes place in between seasons that they might have to watch the live action, kind of like an
Yeah, I
MCU?
was like thinking of like Jurassic World, chaos and everything. Um, and I kind of feel like it would end up doing kind of the same thing as that when it comes to the lore of that world. I don't think
Okay,
it's
yeah,
going to hurt kids too much, especially if it's in that same type of kid friendly, the Jurassic World Chaos and um I don't think it's gonna hurt too much when it comes to that story because
right.
yeah, I was saying a lot those kids should have been off a long time ago in that
No,
series,
I
but
agree. Yeah, I don't know. Like the
but
most what they did,
they
they got
they
rid of
made it
an
work.
arm on one of the characters. That's as much as they did. They got an arm taken off. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So I was
Jurassic
like,
World
I think
is
it'll
a
work
good
in the same way.
comparison for sure. I'm curious how if it's going to like bring up quite a bit of the stuff from seasons 1 and 2 as some like plot points for the animation. But I'm very curious as how it's going
right?
to be like on its own, like what type of like. I guess they're going to like try to show like new creatures or something. I'm guessing.
It'll be definitely interesting if they do. Um, I was trying to remember how much in between, like, well, in season two,
Like a
how
time jump
much of the
or.
upside down there. I just like how much of the upside down they were dealing with in
Mm,
season two. I was trying to remember.
well, I remember in season 2
I know they were
they
dealing with the
closed the
Demogorgons.
gate. That was one of the big things at the end is that
Hmm.
they closed the gate. At least what they thought.
I remember like the Demogorgons or whatever, the little
The
like
Demodogs.
freaking. Yeah. I remember those in season two, so I was like, I don't know exactly if they're going to showcase more of just those type of like creatures or something that came out of the gate before they closed it, or how they're going to deal with the gate already being closed, because that's if it's going in between the two, the gate would have been supposedly already closed.
Right.
So, mm,
Yeah, very curious. So we'll definitely have to see when either a teaser or a trailer comes out. Netflix is you never really know with them. They also like to release their trailers like 2 weeks before the project comes out. So we'll have to very much wait and see when something comes out besides this little announcement teaser that we got. So, uh, very curious when it will be. So, let us know in the comments down below what your thinking is. And also, check out the Chipmunk170's channel, like I said. And if you don't know, we do have a podcast out called Fandom Geek Culture. So, do check out our channel. We are also on Spotify if you just prefer an audio version to listen to. So, go check them out. And thank you for tuning in to this reaction, everyone. And tune in to other things we'll be doing. And take care.